Welcome back. It's Creating Grand, 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons real live play podcast. Set in the homebrew fantasy world of Solaris on the continent of Alteratus. The players. To my left. Right? Go ahead.
Would you left or right?
You're right.
I'm Katie, playing Ari Arcalis, a tiefling rogue who has now resorted to grave robbing.
And I'm Brian. I play Kelbrix and Ari, a human grave cleric. And robbing graves kind of goes against my beliefs, so this has been a fun episode.
And I'm Jason, playing Gorath Thunderfist. To add to my job titles, I am now a historian of festivals within this region.
My name is Eric. I will continue to conduct this game. Alright, so you literally booked your passages, set sail on the Wake Weaver with Captain Fathomwalker at the helm. You had finished reading through a couple books that you had acquired from a grave. As Gorath is plotting his next festival crashing with his reading of his book.
Festival of red meat shall be created by me.
There you go. So the bell is rung for dinner. Those of you who are in depth studying their books will kind of get startled a little bit as the bell is rung. What would three of you like to do?
Let's head and get some dinner.
Alright.
Alright, that book's getting put down real quick.
They probably won't have red meat.
So you make your way into the galley/dining area, or cafeteria, if you will. There is, you will notice that one of the human males is the cook / working on the, like he's a, longshoreman, as well as, cooks for the ship. He's prepared a pretty simple meal. It is literally just some sort of stew with a bunch of vegetables and chicken in it. No red meat, sorry. Chicken medley stew is what he'll say. The crew will mingle well. They seem to be fairly nice. You guys will have a table to yourself if you like. You can mingle with the crew. I leave it up to you.
Yeah, I'll mingle with the crew.
All right, excellent. So there is 2 human males, a human female. There is a Triton female. There's the captain, who is down amongst the crew, as well as you, enjoying the food and festivities. There is plenty of ale that is available if you wish to drink and be merry.
So were any of you guys around during the attack on the village? Or were you off on the river at that time?
And who would you like to approach that?
Just a general open query to
the
table.
Sure. They'll kind of look around, and the Triton female, she'll say, I was around. I wasn't able to do much. Kind of ended before it started, essentially. Why do you ask?
I was just curious if you saw the individuals who attacked the village or anything like that.
I didn't get a good look at them, is what she says. But I did see that they were, torching buildings and attacking innocent bystanders.
Huh.
As the attitude kind of gets a little...
Yeah.
Killing the vibes.
Well, sometimes you gotta do that.
As that was taking place, Jaela is going to kind of saddle up next to Ari, and she kind of leans in and whispers, and she says, Do you know if Kelbrix is seeing anybody? That's what she says.
I have no idea. Why don't you go ask him?
I mean, it's okay. I just thought you might know since you've traveled with them. I mean, you're
I'm
not
going to
interested.
yell across the mess and ask Kelbrix if he's seeing anyone.
Oh, she is going to turn 50 shades.
Hey, are you and Syndra a thing?
Oh.
It gets really quiet in there as everybody looks intent, waiting for an answer from Kelbrix.
Well,
you hear one of the gentlemen, yeah, are you and... What'd she say? Syndra a thing? Is what you hear.
I think Syndra has her eye on another individual, and I will stare at Ari.
Ari's just gonna be like, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure she still hates me, so...
Jaella was...
Love-hate relationship there.
Jaella will look and say, what does he mean by that?
Don't worry about it, kid.
I'm confused.
That's a no for you, then.
Thanks. I'll remember that next time. She'll slink away, embarrassed, completely embarrassed.
Oh, God.
Gorath.
I was gonna say that the Triton female's gonna come sit down across from Gorath, and she'll kind of put her bug down. So, Goliath, you're from the mountains, aren't you?
I am. What would give it away?
The fact that you're a Goliath and they're from the mountains.
You are very smart, and you like water.
You are a smart Goliath, is what she says.
You're very smart people here.
Do you like to drink, is what she'll say.
Of course.
A drinking game, shall we?
Of course. Why would we not have this?
She snaps, and then
You know I wrestled a bear once.
that's
I've got
fucking
one gold on the
amazing, is what
Triton.
she's gonna say.
I got one on Gorath.
Nice.
So they will bring a mug of ale over to you. She'll have her mug there. And she looks and says, on the count of 3, we chug, is what she says.
This is a child's game. Of course we can do this.
Alright, so she will literally grab her mug, put it close to her lips, and say 1, 2, and then starts to drink as she says 3. Right. As everyone begins to watch, you can hear...
Jump.
Okay, and that begins to grow as everybody on the ship begins to do so. I would like a Constitution saving throw, sir.
1 gold on the Goliath.
Oh.
That's a 20, but not natural.
Oh, wow. Excellent. So, yeah, you will chug down the first cup. She will do so likely as she will kind of set hers down and kind of takes the back side of her arm and hand and wipes her mouth. All right. She looks over towards the cook, who comes over with another pitcher and then begins to fill up the cups again. Same thing. Counts to 3 and begins to drink.
Round 2.
Round 2.
There'll be another con save.
That's a 23, 17, and 6.
As 2 cups have now been downed by the mighty Gorath and the challenging Triton. Again, a 3rd round goes.
That is a 10, a 4, and a 6.
Okay, the 3rd one is starting to feel it. You're still good, but you're starting to feel it now. As the 4th round.
That's another 20, 14, and a 6.
As she begins to feel extremely intoxicated, her words are slurred on this one, as she's going to tap the table. And her crew is disappointed as she has tapped out, essentially, leaving you to be the winner. Coin is exchanged by all people who have placed bets.
Damn it.
Who would bet against me? I always win.
I know, he wrestled a bear, is what the
And
Triton's going to
lost
say.
against the bear.
He didn't say he forgot to say that part.
Alright.
So the dinner and festivities are very fun. They're very much needed from everything you guys have been traveling through. And
Who's driving the boat if we are here right now?
That's actually a good
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I am very smart.
As that question is asked, and as the coin is exchanged, you guys are going to feel the ship shake as if something slams into the ship. As the captain is like, "Oh no!" He's going to make a move, sprinting up the steps to the top deck.
Oh boy.
So I am very smart. So some people think that Goliaths are not very smart, but I am very smart by things.
I do have one quick question. Mm-hmm. During our time of reading and everything, would that have counted as a short rest?
You may take a short rest if you like.
Oh, yes, thank you.
And that'll be up to you.
Very much so.
Our players technically have leveled up, but due to the rules, they've not taken a long rest yet, and we like to play a long rest constitutes your ability to level up. So once they take a long rest, they will level up, but until then, they're mine.
Okay.
Just be glad it's not a shopping adventure.
That's fact.
I would like to follow the captain up onto the deck to see
Sure,
what's
go
going
ahead
on.
well, what's your athletics score?
Or
your acrobatics, which is better?
My athletics is a +2. Is that
And
what
then
you're asking?
Yeah, and then your acrobatics, what is that?
+6.
Oh yeah, so you're obviously using acrobatics, you'll follow him up there. There is another crew member that is kind of navigating or holding down the wheel of the ship. As the captain rushes over, you rush up top, and it is dark. Your dark vision kicks in. The frantic navigator who has got the wheel kind of says, I don't know what it was, is what he'll say. And he says, what did you do, Shipley? He says, I'm telling you, I don't know what it was. It's as if we ran aground for a brief second or hit a rock or something like that.
It's the Evergreen.
But everything is fine. So the ship continues to navigate peacefully past that point. Go down and get yourself something to eat, is what I'll say. Join the festivities that's taking place, but don't play any drinking games with our friend, is what he'll say. You mean, Edrin? No, I don't mean her. I mean the large fellow.
They're both drunk. Don't drink with either of them.
Okay, so he will pass you as you give those words of wisdom. And then the captain looks to you and says, can I help you? Looking to you.
Just wanted to make sure everything was good.
Everything's fine.
Shape.
Yes. I see where you're going with that one. Yes, everything is well.
Okay.
This is awkward, is what he'll say as he continues just to drive the ship with the wheel.
I will turn and go back downstairs.
Okay, downstairs is a hoot. Everybody is having a good time. The intoxication levels have risen slightly. Not to the point of being belligerently drunk, because they still have to function and work as a crew. But things are very merry and jolly up to this point. The food is actually fairly decent for what it is. And is there anything you guys would like to do? Any more conversations to have? Any more games to play?
No, that is...
I'll bring out like the great axe and tell the story of how I won it in battle. Here I was defeated by this dwarf and many thousands of his dwarven kind the first time
Thousands?
we made encounter with each other.
That's what the female Triton's going to do. She turns around to everybody behind. He's telling a story.
And I was able to
He's lying.
stay alive long enough.
You died.
And then I ran amongst this dwarf once more, not too far back in that village there.
That is true.
You mean the river Rhines is what?
Yes, that place.
Yeah,
It's a very good place.
That's where I'm from.
And again, with his
Stop.
thousands of raven bird people,
Like 4.
they came, and I swiped at him with my... I'll pull out the great hammer, the warhammer. Ah!
That hammer looks a little worn.
It is a great warhammer.
He's a great warrior. This
And
man.
he's...
Yup.
Then we had a very good drinking.
Did you just fall asleep? Is what she says.
No, you would have known if he fell asleep, because it would be...
Snores.
Oh.
It There's going to be a great festival with the snoring.
Oh my god.
I shall create it.
I think I've attended that one, is what she says.
More food.
We need more drink, is what she says. Bring us more drink.
No more drink.
Yes, one more cup. Please. As the evening will continue on with the entertainments and such.
Bye.
Gorath just passes out too. At this point, if you guys don't have anything to do, you're more than welcome to return to your quarters and take a long rest if you wish.
That will be great.
And at this point,
Yes.
you guys are more than welcome to level up. So, those of you viewing, sorry, not sorry, they get to level up. They can conversate and kind of walk you through what they're going to do with their characters. Maybe give a little inspiration to you out there that are playing or building or following along, however it may be.
So I know for Cleric at level 6, you get additional spell slots and one more of your domain abilities. Mine actually gives me the ability of negating a crit on any individual that I can see within 30 feet of me.
Oh, that's nice.
I can use that up to as many times as my wisdom modifier per long rest, I do believe it is. It's called Sentinel at Death's Door.
Oh, yes, I know of that. And we also roll for our hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And what level have you become?
Level 6.
Awesome.
And, oh, that sucks. I rolled 1.
Oh boy, so you're at 40?
40, well, plus my con,
right.
so 42.
Oh, 42 for maximum as I update your tokens.
Why?
Click, click, clackety, click.
Must you hate me so?
And, yeah, that's it.
Alright.
That's all for me.
Oh.
As it is quiet once again.
For me, for a fighter, I can either increase one ability score of my choice by 2, or one of them, or 2 each by 1, or pick a feat, and I think I'm going to go ahead
Gonna work?
max out strength.
Oh, nice. Making himself the unstoppable Goliath.
Yes, that sounds like a very good idea. Yes.
And give me those HPs whenever you get a chance.
Right.
Update your token.
Manage HP. I can roll a D10.
Indeed.
And that's a roll of 5.
So in D&B Beyond, you will just add 5 to the number that says rolled.
Roll
It
HP.
calculates the Constitution modifier in there.
Now up to 63.
Oh my goodness. 63. That's pretty good.
As a rogue, I get to choose rogue expertise.
Mhm.
Oh.
I love rogue expertise.
I was thinking of doing sleight of hand, but I already have a plus 11 in sleight of hand, so.
You can get even better.
Yeah. You might as well bump that to a plus 14.
Yeah, sure.
sure.
I'll do perception and sleight of hand for that
There you
one.
go. The ultimate thief.
Exactly.
Who got thiefed from.
Are we?
Hey, I had rolled a 25 to hide that on me.
You did, but, you know.
Are we successfully completing a long rest? Or
Yes.
is that to be determined?
No, you will successfully complete a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Yep, I've punished you enough. I do not wish to punish anymore currently. And then your HP.
41.
Oh, 41.
41.
Which is like 82 because you have evasion crap now. Or whatever.
Because I what now?
Is it evasion? What's the other?
Uncanny dodge.
Thank you. You don't have evasion yet. Uncanny dodge. Sorry. Coffee is not kicked in yet.
The coffee did smell good.
It is brewed freshly. Just for tonight.
Okay. Can you work here for me, tablet? Be grand.
Alright, and Levi successfully updated the character tokens. So from this point on, you will be levels whatever.
6.
There you go. With your updated HPs.
Work.
Okay. And I am going to prepare Speak with Dead.
Oh, excellent! I love it when a cleric uses this. It's an inside joke. I know there's somebody who's not happy with the accent.
So very
I have
rude.
to sleep with one eye open tonight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or soon we'll need Speak with Dead to talk
Or
about
somebody better learn it.
Won't be her.
That's for sure.
You will want the silence.
Oh.
So sorry.
No witnesses. Alright, so you will be able to get your Speak with Dead. Are you changing out any other spells?
I am not.
Okay.
So I actually, with the level up, I get to prepare one more spell per day.
Oh, that's
so
clever. That's clever.
It worked out. I don't have to switch out and
Perfect.
remove any of my other spells.
I like it. Alright, so
That's
you will be
lightning.
led whenever you're ready to the corpse. They've stashed the corpse in kind of a storage room. They've bagged it up to try to prevent it from smelling or scaring anything.
Yeah.
You could stop the smell because you could.
I couldn't. Well, I could have.
Do it now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of salt and different things they're using to kind of make it not stink so much.
Oh.
It's not that rotted yet.
No. But they're getting ahead of the game.
I didn't have any second level spell slots at that time.
Oh,
I had
okay.
one third level, but I was still saving that just in case.
Let's not lie. You would have done it anyway.
Huh?
Probably not.
No.
So
But yeah.
speaking with Dead, I have it pulled up here. It
Speak
allows
with
you
Dead.
to. Go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
So, Speak with Dead is you grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. Corpse has to be less than 10 days old, which in this case it is. Until the spell ends, you can cast the corpse, or you can ask the corpse.
Cast the corpse to the fire.
You can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse only knows what it knew in life, including the languages it knew.
It nude.
It
You nude it.
Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. If you're hostile to it, or it recognizes you as an enemy, this spell does not return the creature's soul to its body. It only animates the spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn any new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events. But the first question I'm going to ask it is, where were you going to after attacking Riverine?
Okay, so casting it,
Casting.
you will see the body kind of convulse a little bit, make some slight gestures and movements. The eyes will begin to, flutter open as they glow with this kind of purplish blue energy. It's like, you're not seeing a pupil and an eyeball, you're literally seeing, dark eye sockets that flicker to life with this energy.
Okay.
The chest will rise a little bit as it just kind of stares at you and says, "Fuck off," like that.
Yeah, expected them bad. So bad that was gonna go.
Figured as much as well, but it was worth a shot. Well, it doesn't matter. I figured you would be left out of the loop. You're not smart enough to have been told where you were going anyways. Dumb dwarfs never learn.
Okay. No reply.
Yeah. Let's see here. Who was the female you were traveling with? Although, Again, you probably don't know. They didn't tell you.
Go ahead and give me a... Oh, this would be more of a... not persuasion. More
Deception.
Deception, yeah.
I'm great at that. 6.
She is it drow.
Okay. Yes.
Vampire. Sorry.
No
She was a drow.
Vampire.
We knew that one.
A vampire isn't really a race, right?
That's true.
She could still be a vampire.
She could. This dwarf wouldn't know.
It's nothing. No.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys got any questions?
What's your name?
I'll go with the dwarf's name.
Yeah.
He will say his name is...
You didn't know a name for him, did you?
No, I just call him dwarf. Well, let's call him Drogan. D-R-O-G-A-N. Drogan. What? Now you have a name to put to your tail or something?
It's going to be a good name to notch on my warhammer. I'm not gonna
So you guys are with Kelbrix as he's doing this. I wanted, okay. I just wanted to clarify for everyone watching. They would have done this as a group to ask the questions.
I would have assumed so.
There wasn't a limit on questions. It was just 10 minutes time, right?
5 questions.
5 questions.
Oh, you're down.
3.
Okay, so you're down to 2.
Yep.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I missed that part.
You got any questions you have for him?
You'll pull out the warhammer. How do you like this great axe in the hands of a true warrior, you stupid dumb dwarf?
I murdered your village. That's what he's going to say. His creepy ass laugh.
Can I do an insight on that?
You can.
I'm also going
You both can.
because I didn't believe him.
Alright, that's 15 plus 6 for 21.
15.
You both. That sounds pretty convincing. Either not necessarily just him, but he may have been involved possibly with that. Yes.
Alright, you guys aren't going to get a chance to ask a 5th question.
I was
Yeah.
well,
He shuts it down.
Are you going to cut his head off with his
Oh,
axe?
I'm going to split his skull in half with his own axe. Is what I'm intending to do right now.
yeah, I mean,
Are you gonna go ahead and do that,
the
or
funny, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, and like as he's getting ready to do that, after that, I was getting ready to ask, well, how does it feel to get killed a second time by him as Gorath? So I knew that was coming.
easy enough? Like before you can finish the sentence, the axe just and splits the skull. It just mangles the dwarf even more.
Perfect. I can't do it again. I'm sorry.
I'm picking the body up and tossing it over the side of the boat.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Just with one hand. I'm not giving him the decency of picking up with 2 hands.
Okay, fair enough.
Picking him up like a piece of trash.
So everyone like kind of looks as you come topside to toss the body, essentially. Yeah, everybody's like, "What the? Oh!" Like just watch the body splash into there. I guess he served his purpose, is what the captain will say.
Yeah. I told you he wouldn't be on long.
You didn't lie. That's what he'll say. We're making good time up the river. Just to inform you, we may be there by this time tomorrow. If all things continue to go well, of course.
Okay.
You mean if you don't hit anything again?
You're literally gonna look and see the human who is driving, and he like lowers his head, and like he's like mopping the deck or whatever. He's like shaking it, like no. Of course we won't hit anything. I'm at the wheel, is what the captain will say.
Okay.
I mean, you're more than welcome to come drive if you like. Is what I'm saying.
No. Unless you really don't want your boat anymore.
Oh, it's not hard apparently. You just do this on the wheel and that's all you do, is what he says. As he's just kind of one hand on the wheel, Jack Sparrowing it.
Okay. Well, that man was unhelpful.
Yes. Well,
As you guys are topside and having this conversation, there is another jolt against the boat.
damn it. They didn't take the bait.
Yeah. I'd like for you guys to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Whoa. Yay.
Ooh, most of the crew gets startled and either has to grab onto something nearby or they fall down kind of on their hands and knees. It's a pretty significant jolt.
That's a 9 minus 2, or 7 for me.
13.
I have a 17. 15.
7 and 6.
Yeah, Gorath and Ari, you both are good. Kelbrix, you kind of fall down on your hands and knees. It startles you, but don't feel bad. Like I said, literally the entire crew kind of had staggered from that.
Okay.
I'd like to have perception checks from Gorath and Ari since the two of you are still standing.
It's a rock.
It's,
15, 14 and 1.
Unnat 20.
okay. As you kind of look around and get your bearings, Ari, you're going to see in the rear quarter of the ship there is this like formation of water beginning to rise as it shapes into this creature. As I will definitely now need some initiatives.
Gorath, why are you overboard?
I'm walking on water. I rolled such a great dexterity.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Gorath?
That's kind of funny. Alright, so let's see what we got here. I would like to put the boat.
The boat?
Alright. Alright, what did you get?
12.
And Kelbrix.
11.
Oh,
I rolled a
Gorath?
13 minus 2.
I have a 7.
Ooh. And El Capitan. Ooh, he has a 15. And that did not work. Try it again. Reset. Okay, and our creature.
Hey, do you have destroyed water?
I don't. I was just looking.
I'm pretty sure I asked if you wanted to change some spells.
I know.
Okay.
Believe me, I know.
Okay.
I don't even know if that's a spell I can take yet. Because I can create food and water,
Oh my god. Alright.
but I cannot destroy.
So, our current order, those of you viewing can see,
No, create, destroy.
the water creature who has risen from the river is now looming on the backside of the boat. The captain is going to follow the water creature, and then it goes Ari, Kelbrix, Gorath. The crew will act on the captain's initiative, so it is captain and crew, essentially. Just so we're aware, this is going to be what the creature does. So, Kelbrix. Poor unfortunate soul. That is not a Little Mermaid reference. It wasn't intended. There is
Oh gosh,
Yep.
hello.
Ari is going to look directly at Kelbrix as you pick yourself up. I'll let you have a free stand.
No, thank you.
And you kind of dust yourself off. You're facing Ari. Her face is like whoop, 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 whoop. And behind you, you're going to feel the presence of a second creature.
Lovely.
And they have made their presences known, and it will now be the captain and crew's turn as the boat continues to travel up the stream. The captain is going to quickly scurry, disengaging, moving here, as he is going to draw forth a A dagger. He's going to pull out one of his daggers. It's a very nice looking dagger, too. Some jewels encrusted on the handle, if you will. His crewmen are going, and ladies, my apologies, are also going to draw forth weapons. The humans will draw forth daggers, not as nice as the captain. The Triton is going to pull forth a trident. And yep, that's what we got so far. And they all just kind of stand. I'm going to say that the captain, the human female, and the human male that are on the back half of the ship are focusing on this water creature in the back half, to whereas the other crew members that are up here, the female Triton as well as the human male, are focused on that one. And that will be their turns, leaving it to Ari.
Yeah, thanks. I had a great time.
Yeah. Just remember, we're live streaming now.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying
Okay.
to.
All right. just putting it out there.
Speed. Yeah.
I'm trying to look at this. For Green Flame Blade, if I were to use the ring to cast that on a dagger, would I then also be able to make an attack? Or is that... Because it says it's one action, but it says you brandish the weapon and make a melee attack with it against one creature.
Yes, so essentially you'll pull the weapon out, and you can use the ring to cash in one of the charges.
Mm-hmm.
It'll ignite the flame, and you can attack at the same time.
Okay.
It says it right there, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I just was double checking.
Yep, no problem.
I will move over next to Kelbrix. And cast Green Flame Blade on my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
And attempt to stab.
Awesome.
Ooh, I can get back to my rapier, please. Thank you. Yep.
And the verdict is...
D&B Beyond is giving me difficulties is the verdict.
For those of you out there watching, if you wouldn't mind, small donations are very welcome so that we can improve our equipment here.
I'm very sorry, but my tablet is trash!
So that we can speed up the process of combat.
Okay! Nat 26!
That definitely hits. Gorath, you just see this blur rush past with the blade ignited in green flame, and a war cry emanates from her. She's gonna
saw something shiny to steal off of this thing.
I might one-shot this.
That's a pretty good shot.
Okay. For the rapier.
Remember,
Don't forget, double it.
Double damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's double, and then you just add the modifier once, correct?
That is correct.
Oh, well, 9, 10, 11, 12 for that, plus I get sneak attack
You do.
for that.
That is also doubled.
Also gets doubled?
That's correct. All damage dice.
Nice. So that was 12 so far. 3, 4, 8, 11, 14 for that, sneak attack, plus the damage from the green flame blade.
Yep.
Should
That-
be a D8, which you would double.
1d8.
It is also a double.
Well, question. On the cantrips, does
It does say from the target to a different creature of your choice.
On a hit, the target suffers attacks normal. You can cause it to go. I believe so. It's 1d8 to them, and then it would be apparently, according to my D&D Beyond, it'd be 1d8 plus 3 damage to the other one if you had it go to a second target.
They have to be adjacent to each other, or does it say that?
Yes.
Yeah, so if they were like side by side, it could.
Yeah.
Yep. But 1d8. I'm
So
gonna
just
say you can
1d8
double it. You
for
can
the...
double it.
Double it?
Sure, you
Cool.
critted. It's our game. We can have fun with
10,
it.
11, 12 more points for that.
Total love?
24, 38,
How much extra damage did you do?
12.
An extra 12?
Yeah, so 12,
that's
14, and 12.
46.
That sounds like what I was thinking.
You were at 34 after
That
all of your sneak attack and your rapier damage.
That put a wallop on this water creature.
Okay.
As you cut into
write
it,
down, so I must write
you will
something
literally
down.
see the flame on the blade
36.
not extinguish because it's magical, but it will sear and steam will come right off the attack. The creature. It's still up. It's still viable, but that was very, very good.
I only had one weapon, so
That is correct.
that is all. I would like to point out that we had a question of, could you kill a water elemental by drinking them?
Who asked that question? Is this another game?
No.
Oh, someone put it on the chat. That's awesome.
I don't think so.
No, you would have severe indigestion and die yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that is a great thought.
I think it would attack you from the inside
That's
out.
correct. That's correct. Is there anything
That'd
else?
be
on
my
there?
rolling.
No, that's it.
All right,
That's hilarious.
Kelbrix, you are up.
Okay,
Who asked that
so
question? Wait, who asked that question?
The screen name is Deathstroke 645.
Oh, excellent. Well done.
that's funny. Alright, so I will go ahead. I'll use the second level spell slot, casting. I'm going to go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon and make an attack on him.
And how would you like your spiritual weapons?
The beautiful mace, we'll have it here, kind of hovering over the boat, kind of keeping with us.
Let me find
Hopefully.
a generic red or blue red token. There you go.
And that'll be a total of 20 to hit. 14 plus 6.
14 plus 6. That will hit.
Okay.
You should have control of your generic mace token.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Alright, and that's 1d8 plus 3 damage, which is 6 plus 3 for 9 points of force damage.
So 9 points of force damage on the creature from the mace.
Correct.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and use my action to cast Toll the Dead
Excellent.
as a cantrip.
Therefore, the creature will roll.
A wisdom saving, DC is 14.
It will fail tremendously.
So it will take 2d12 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
2, 4, 6 points of
Hey,
necrotic
6 more
damage.
points of damage. Looking pretty rough now.
And then I am going to pull out my shield.
And shield has been pulled. Or pulled. Because pulled's not a real word.
We had a follow-up question of, so like, chug a fireball as you drink them?
And with that, we're going to Gorath.
Let's turn here.
That's pretty funny.
That's
Alright. I'm going down there to this one.
Oh, awesome. He just stalks across the deck.
Alright. Everybody, this has been a giant misunderstanding. Mr. Water,
Oh my god.
I would like to apologize for throwing that disgusting dwarf into you. I also would be very upset. As a token, please accept my apology for this disgrace that I have done to your water.
Goliath is a diplomat.
Give me a persuasion check. Okay.
Oh, it's only a 6.
Okay, so because they did nothing on their turn other than appear, their actions were held.
700 Goliath
He's
edition.
actually going to just splash onto the deck where you are. He's going to be able to whelm you.
Oh.
So I would
No.
like a strength saving throw. As he is going to basically consume you inside of him. Because that's how that works, Deathstroke. Numbers.
That is a 18 plus 8, a 26.
Okay, so the save has been succeeded.
What the
reading through all these things. If the saving throw is a successful target... Okay, so you are essentially pushed back, probably here to that open space. And you come out spitting and sputtering water and soaked and drenched as the creature is now 3/4 of the way on the deck, and he is a large creature. Or it is a large creature.
See, it is too late that the foul dwarf has already soiled this beautiful creature.
Gorath, can you just stab him next time?
And anything else you wish to do, Gorath? I mean, your action was technically to be the diplomatic.
I don't have a... I mean, after using that, I wouldn't have a second action. Would I? I wouldn't, right?
No, that wasn't...
Yeah.
So that'll end our first round, bring us to...
I will have my... Yeah, I had the battle axe already pulled anyway, so...
So now at the top of the second round, the water creatures are now going to move. Well, this one here is going to whelm you two. I'm double checking that. I'm pretty sure
I think it can.
it can do it.
2 creatures.
Yep. So I need strength saving throws.
Oof.
It should be great.
Yeah.
Hey, 15 plus 3 for 18.
Okay.
13. 11 and 2.
Okay. So here's what's going to take place. Kelbrix, you are jettisoned. You can move yourself. Because I got that to yeah, you're shot out there. Ari, unfortunately, you are not. You're actually going to take some damage as you are being kind of bludgeoned and drowned. Let me find the damage dice that this creature does. Ooh, they rolled well for me.
Oh no.
That is going to be 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
You are also grappled with the creature and restrained, and you are unable to breathe. So you are currently suffocating.
Lovely.
Yes. So how suffocation works is, what is your Constitution modifier? The plus number.
+1.
You literally will have 1 round. So before you start to drown or you're drowned. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Or is it a minute? No, in this case it's a round. Yeah. So you better get free next round or you're going to drown.
Yay!
Patoof, that will be that one's turn. And this one will need to take his turn as he will roll for a recharge. Nope, he can't do that one again, so he's just going to swing away furiously. So he's going to slam his fist into Gorath. Gorath will... Nope, it will not. A 9 does not affect you. Yep. As it will just splash into you, soaking the deck and your outfit even more.
It's my fault, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw the dwarf into you.
Alright, at this point, the captain is going to instruct his crewmen to move. So she, being the human female, will disengage and start making her way down. He's actually going to slide into her position. And as he does, he's going to drag that dagger across in hopes to... Oh, it might actually go. And it is going to be a... Oh, it's just going to miss. I mean, so close. That will end the captain's turn. This crewman moves down here. She is going to move at that point as she has her dagger out. She's actually going to put the dagger in her teeth. She's going to attempt to plunge through, seeing that Ari is like whirlwinding inside this thing, to grab Ari out. So we'll see how this works. That doesn't count. Oh, baloney. As she tries to submerge her arms, she's literally like deflected, like the force of the water that's swirling around just kind of shoves her off, unable to attempt to pull free. The female Triton is going to take her turn as she has a trident. She's actually going to kneel down next to her with some rope. And she's going to actually take her turn to begin to fashion a knot or rope around her trident. And a mighty knot it is. That will be what she does as the human male that is there at the front of the boat is going to try to move in. And it's very tight quarters. He's going to hold his action. He can't really get in there because Kelbrix has got it blocked off, and the other does. And I think I got one more crew member here. He's going to move up next to Gorath, and he is going to use his dagger. He is going to miss the attack as well, just barely. These guys are so close. That ends the crew's turn as they are attempting to try to help you guys tremendously, as it is now Ari's turn, who is currently suffocating.
Yay!
So you are, like, grappled, restrained. You can really only do an escape attempt.
Yeah.
And if you don't do this, I'm pretty sure you drown and die. You gotta look that up.
Well.
Help me out, Rules Lawyer. Isn't that
Die
how it
again?
works?
I don't remember.
Drowning is in the Dungeon Master's Guide or the Player?
Trying to do a quick search.
On B&B Beyond.
Should have done that already.
I could probably do that myself.
Beyond.
Drown.
Do you have that pulled up already?
No, I do not.
What am I rolling?
I have patience. I used to know these rules really good. I haven't had to use them in a long time. I think, according to this, you have to roll a
I think it would be an
strength or an athletics check. No.
athletics or acrobatics to get out of the restraint.
Roll acrobatics.
Yes, that is correct. Your choice. Acrobatics, athletics, to try to get yourself free.
Rolling acrobatics.
All right. Make it count. Use all your abilities.
On nat 25.
That is going to be excellent. As you will beat the number, you will be out.
Yeeted.
You will be yeeted up.
Nice.
You will, because you were yeeted up on that upper deck, you'll take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
How you like me now?
Yeah.
It's still your turn. I mean, you could stand up at least.
I will indeed stand up.
So
Okay.
I found something. I don't know if the creature itself would toss this out. Creature can hold its breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus its Constitution modifier.
If he or she they volunteer, when you're in a scenario like that, the modifier turns into rounds before you drown.
Okay, so I didn't know.
So it's like if you premeditatedly, you're going to go underwater. You take your breath in, or you can think quick enough to do it. That's how many rounds
really
you can hold your
kind of
breath.
surprised they don't have something in their stat block that would help out.
Oh, you know, they like to make things challenging.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it is in the player's handbook. I'm pretty sure you're drowned, you die.
Yeah, I figured with that being a creature.
So when a creature runs out of breath or is choking, it can survive for a number of rounds equal to its Constitution modifier, minimum 1 round. At the start of its next turn, it drops to 0 hit points and is dying.
There you go.
All right.
I am also going to pull my dagger out.
Okay, so a dagger and sword is out. Standing up. Almost drowning.
Yeah.
Yes.
As it is now Kelbrix's turn.
Alright, so Kelbrix is going to... he's going to reach out, casting a 2nd level inflict wounds on this creature.
Okay.
Nope, that's actually a roll, an attack on for me.
No, you're right.
Doesn't have
Correct.
to make a saving throw.
I'm just too...
You
You want to use my number?
I mean, probably.
What you got there?
I got a crit fail.
Oh yes, you don't.
And that one?
You don't inflict any damage on it.
Yeah.
It'll do a bludgeoning damage to you for trying to inflict wounds and touching the spinning water.
Okay, that's fine.
You got anything else?
Well, bonus action attack
Mace?
with the
Hey,
mace.
didn't you just get a thing where it was like you avoid a crit or something?
I can make somebody else not have critical damage,
Correct.
or myself as
Okay.
well, but it's a crit fail, so
Right.
I can't avoid that.
Don't worry.
I tried.
I appreciate it. I should have attacked with the mace first and then done the
There you go.
inflict wounds, because that with the mace is a 21 to hit,
Which will
15
hit.
plus 6.
Yeah, excellent.
So that's 2d8 plus, or 1d8 plus 3. So 5 points of force damage.
All right then. There you go. It's been updated.
And that will end my turn.
Okay,
And
Gorath.
how much damage do I take
On
from the spinning vortex of
just
water?
1 point.
Oh,
1 point's bludgeoning damage. Just kind of like sticking your hand in a very tough water stream there.
Yeah.
Stings a little bit.
all right. That'll end my turn.
All right, Gorath.
Alright, well, I will attack with the Great Axe.
You should.
I apologize. I'm sorry, gentle creature.
I literally feel bad for doing this now.
That is a 13.
That unfortunately will just miss.
Alright, now second attack.
Yep.
And that is a nat 20.
Oh, that one does not miss.
Alright.
Period.
1d12 plus 7.
Is it nat 20?
So it's 7 plus 2d12s.
That is correct.
So that's 18. And 29 total. Fun thing is that I get to swing again because I critted.
You sure do.
Yes.
Bonus action. Thanks to your features.
And that is a 24 to hit.
It will.
I've rolled 11 3 times in a row
Nice.
on a d12. So that's 18 more points of damage.
Nice.
That hurts. Okay.
This was your fault.
You brought this upon yourself.
That. Anything else?
That will be my turn.
All right. Ending round 2, bringing us to the top of round 3 as the elemental creatures of water are now going to roll to see if they can recharge their whelming attacks. We'll start with the one that was successful at where Ari and Kelbrix are.
Please
That is
do
a
not draw
no,
me
and
in.
we'll start with the one that Gorath is attacking. That is also a no. You both suck.
Nice.
Also,
He wants to hug it out.
he wasn't right. So at this point, I'm going to say that Kelbrix, you're going to be the focus of the attack on the elemental because you were the most recent to do the damage, so its attention is drawn to you.
That's fair.
It's going to try to slam attack. Oh no, it did not do it.
Yay.
The second creature is going to focus on Gorath because he too has done the most damage.
That's not
And
my
that's
fault.
not. Wait, hold on, let me double check. And that's only a 10. That will not do it. So they make their attacks. They both fail.
The great axe is a two-handed
That.
weapon, and the shield is put away. So there's clarification on that.
Excellent. That's going to end their turn as Captain Fathomwalker is going to tell the human Shipley. I thought it was a clever name.
It's a great name.
It is.
To focus the attack on the creature and help out our new friend, is what he's going to say. Make sure their names are up there. We have. Can you see the names? Captain Fathomwalker and. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to give advantage to.
Hey, you never know where we might be getting attacked from. There could have been people on the thing. I'll zoom in a little bit.
Oh, okay. So the combination attack from Captain Fathomwalker and Shipley is going to be a success. And they are going to deal some dagger damage. And that is going to be... Oh, not too bad. 4 points of piercing damage from the dagger. Which is good. It's better than not doing anything. That will end their turn as... The trident has been completed. The rope has been tied around, and Etrin is going to launch or try to spear or attack with a range attack this trident, kind of attempting.
Yeah.
Up there. So, and that is actually going to hit something. The trident will fly. The rope stays tied successfully, and is going to deal some damage. Quite a bit, actually. Except the roll sucked. 3 points of damage to that creature. And the trident is plunged into the creature. Now, we've got the human female is going to shift there. Going to allow the other human male to step in, as they're both going to follow suit of the captain's order, and they're going to work together to attack for an advantage on the roll. And that's a success. And they will do, 4 points of damage. I like that very much. The crew is getting involved. We might have something here, guys. That will end the captain and crew's turn, bring us to Ari, as you are now... This creature literally is like chest to head, like looking at you, because they're fairly large.
Yeah.
Well, this seemed to work. I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade again.
Mm-hmm.
And stab them with my rapier.
And there'll be 2 charges on the ring.
Yes.
And there's how many?
There's 4, but I have 2 rings.
Yeah, you're gonna get 2 rings.
That's another nat 26.
Excellent.
So,
Yeet me out, will ya?
I will indeed.
Literally gonna pay you back there.
8,
Brian started
9, 10, 11, 12, 15 for
15
that. Plus 66 of sneak attack damage.
Oh boy.
3, 6, 8. 7 plus another 2d8, right? For Green Flame Blade, which is 11.
Total of
41.
it has 41 points. How would Ari like to do this?
You said I'm like right at its face, right?
Like chest to... Yeah, absolutely. You can easily strike it at the face.
I'm going to stab it in the face.
Okay, yeah. You plunge the dagger in, it ignites, and literally when you do, it's just gonna like saw the face in half. It's just steam. And as it begins to kind of move, it's just gonna all over the deck, just collapse into the water as the deck is completely soaked with the remains of this creature.
If I move here, am I still in range for this one?
That corner, yeah. You would be.
Okay.
Correct.
And I'm gonna try and stab it with my dagger.
Stabby stabby.
It's you. If I can. 18.
And that's gonna hit. Who is this Ari? I've never met this one before. We put her on a live stream, she's unstoppable. If you record a podcast, she can't hit shit.
It's because I'm not using a bow.
Yeah, I was gonna say. She's only really terrible when she's using the bow.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Alright, and that is 4 points of damage.
Okay, that's better than nothing. Dagger will plunge in. You quickly withdraw it. Anything else? Any other tricks up your sleeve?
No, that's it.
Alright, Kelbrix, you're up. Boots are soaked with the water of what was the creature.
I will, as a bonus action, move my spiritual weapon over.
Nice, it flies over. Excellent.
And smack this water elemental in the head, hopefully.
Oh yes.
That'll be 18 to hit.
It does.
Plus 6. Alright. And that'll be 4 plus 3 for 7 points of force damage.
Excellent.
And then, you know what? Just for shits and giggles, I will cast a level 1 guiding bolt.
Oh, okay.
So that will be 16 plus 6 for 22 to hit.
22 will definitely hit the creature.
Alright, and that will be 4d6 points of radiant damage.
It sure will be. Gorath, you're on deck.
3, 4.
Literally. Pardon the pun.
16 points of radiant damage.
As it takes the damage, it begins to start to break apart, trying to pull itself together.
And the next attack has advantage.
Nice.
Just the next singular attack?
Just the next single attack.
Alright,
yes.
so I'm going to go Great Weapon Master on that.
Oh, that's smart.
Take a 5 penalty on that one.
Yep, for the extra damage if
Okay, I
hit.
love this energy.
Where it works.
Can you
I played a lot of
My
D&D,
ADs are
bro.
pretty faded, so...
Oh.
So the first one is a 14.
A 14 will hit.
And then, well, we gotta roll
Yeah, that's
make sure.
fine. That's fine.
Make sure it doesn't crit.
No crit. Okay, I did not crit on that one,
Alright.
so... Alright, so that is 1d12 plus...
It definitely hits.
And that is... 16 points of damage.
Yowza. That was with your...
Plus 10.
Oh! 26 points of damage.
That's more like it. Okay.
I was gonna say, did you roll
That
one?
was a brutal attack.
And then I'll do a Great Weapon Master one more time.
Absolutely. Taking the
you'll need
5
it.
Oh,
penalty.
that is cocked. I would have hit on that one, but... 15.
15 hits.
Hey! So 10 plus 7, so 17. And a 12. So 29 points of damage.
And how would Gorath like to disperse this monster?
I'm apologizing as I'm swinging through it.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry I threw that dwarf into your water and upset you. I didn't mean for this to happen.
All over.
Gorath's not crying, it's just the water.
The water all up in his eyes.
So sorry. Everybody, I'm sorry this was my fault. I shouldn't have thrown that trash into the water.
That will
I'm pretty
end
sure we
the
did that.
combat as everyone looks around and takes in kind of inventory. Everybody is okay.
Hello, I was almost drowned.
It's my fault, everyone.
You-
I'm
I
sorry.
forgot. How much damage did you take?
I'm
You
at
took what?
16.
Oh.
As Jaella comes running to the top. What's going on?
Oh my god, Diella.
What's
You
going
are
on?
So useless.
I think that'll be a good time for us to end this chapter of our tale. We're gonna take another 10-minute break for another quick bathroom, drink break. We'll pick back up. Thank you for listening to Creating Grin. Follow us on your favorite podcast format every Friday as we see what happens in the next chapter in our adventurer's tale. Watch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment. Help us grow. Let us know how we can improve. You can find all things Creating Grin on most platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as check us out at our website at creatinggrin.com, where you can find links along with pictures, player and character descriptions, as well as campaign setting info.